Are you ready for day 2 of the Harrisburg Sale? I was hoping you'd say yes. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update, and it is time to step into the ring of the second session for the Standardbred Horse Sales Company auction. This Tuesday sale saw over 340 foals of 2022 take center stage, starting with a 10 a.m. post time. And there were 6-digit prices popping up all day long, including when we saw hip number 298, a trotting filly named Long Legs. The daughter of Green Manalishi, consigned by Concord Stud, brought $150,000 and was purchased by John and Matt Bax, who will own the filly with others, including Brad Grant and Dave Hudson. Matt, let's start out with your stable with your dad, John, who is actually a former Canadian Trainer of the Year. Now, how many do you guys have in training?
We have between 30 and 35.
And you're like trotting specialists, is that right?
Trotters only.
Okay.
Never sat behind a pacer.
Now, are they all like 2- and 3-year-olds, or what are the age groups? Everything?
They're all 2- and 3-year-olds, except for we're going to keep over Southwind Coors and try him as an older horse. But yeah, predominantly we stay with the younger horses.
So with the yearling sales this year, I know you went to Lexington and bought a couple. What about other yearling sales, and what about this one? What are you looking for as far as numbers?
We try to stick to some Ontario horses. We get a couple Grand Circuit horses, but predominantly we try to stay Ontario, close to home. We picked up one in London and a few in Lexington, and we're hoping to get a couple more Ontario here.
Now, it is Tuesday, and you're pretty much one and done, but it was a big one. So this is the only one you're buying, right?
The only one today, yeah. Used all the bullets for day 2 on one horse, but hopefully she can repay us.
And let's talk about Long Legs. What did you love about her?
She had a great video. She's got a nice pedigree, and yeah, she has quite a bit of production in the family. So you always have like a little bit of residual value as a broodmare. But I thought she was the best Ontario filly in the sale. So when you're looking at that in the sire stake program, if she can just perform the same as she looks, then we'll be okay.
And this is a first crop of Green Manalishi. So how do you feel about that? Do you go toward first crops, or what are your thoughts there?
Well, we're in horse racing, so you got to roll the dice, right? And he was a great looking horse, so yeah, hopefully he turns out.
Does she have long legs?
She's got nice legs.
All right. That's important, it doesn't really matter.
Make sure they're fast, I guess.
Absolutely. Now, your dad was actually in cows before horses, so you know a little bit about your heritage, and can you tell me about it?
Yeah, his father was, had a cow farm, and I think he worked on it when he was younger, and then his father stepped out of the cows and bought a horse farm from the bank, and they started from scratch, from the bottom, and has learned all his way up. So yeah, he's come a long way learning through the business, and fortunately I've been there why he's been in the business quite a while, so I get a lot of experience as well.
Definitely learning from one of the best, no doubt. And we will see you for day 3. You're coming back, right?
Yes, lots of Ontario horses day 3, so we'll be back.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank you.
There were several yearlings who sold for over $200,000, including a chimpanzee colt named Verse 9. Hip number 401 was signed for by Chris Ryder. The $225,000 purchase was consigned by Anvil and Lace. Hip number 346, named Glowing Lou, was consigned by Vu Curry Farms and lit up the board at $260,000. The son of Sweet Lou was purchased by Mac Nickel, who is a prominent owner on many horses, including Betting Line and American Ideal. And another 2022 foal bringing a big price was hip number 366. Signed for by agent Brian Montgomery, the son of Muscle Hill, brought $255,000. Patty, yesterday for day one, we saw some really impressive numbers from Hanover. We had Millie Mae Hanover go for 300. We had Lorax Hanover go for 300. There was also Steal Away Hanover went for 200. But we just got done talking about hip number 366, which is Travolta Hanover. Another big price. Now, I gotta know, who names these horses?
Well, actually, Dr. Jablonski has named quite a few of them. Shasta Master in our office, she helps with naming, and we take suggestions from people online as well. We have like a name the full thing on our website. So I'm not sure how Travolta got his name, but Twice a Night, Saturday Night Fever, or something along that line. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense then. Okay. Yeah, because I love that. I'm a big Grease fan. So, I grew up like reenacting, You're the One That I Want. So now, why do you think Travolta Hanover went for the price that he did?
He was a gorgeous individual. And an interesting thing about him is his mother actually passed away after he was born. Within a few hours, she had post-foaling complications. So he's the last foal from that line, and we actually used River Hanover, a daughter of Rich and Elegant, to be a nanny mare for him. So they actually called him Clackers because he used to do the little "I'm a baby, nom nom nom" thing to everybody.
Oh my God. Well, tragic but inspiring. You know what I mean? So a mare like that, is she used just for the orphans, or did she have to nurse two babies? Or
she's in the retired herd, so we actually do a lactation induction on some of our retired mares. We take some of the younger, more fit mares that are retired in the Hanover retirement program, and normally we have at least 6 or 8 of them that every year they'll take a baby. We'll give them, some, like I said, lactation-inducing drugs, and introduce them to the foals with a gate between them. But normally some of them just go immediately, "Oh baby," and they're nickering to them and very maternal.
oh my gosh, now I really got to watch this Travolta Hanover and cheer him on.
Yes, success story, yes.
Yes. Now, another one I want to talk about today, he went for $40,000, but gorgeous Messenger Hanover, and I love the name because obviously he looks like Messenger, who was the great grandsire of Hambletonian. So the Grays, you got to love them.
Yes, he's an absolutely gorgeous individual, and one of the last crops from bar hopping. His mother's gray, Musetta. She tends to throw them, so really excited to see what he does as well.
So, of course, we know that Hanover is the world's leading standardbred breeder, and you guys sold almost 220 horses. We're figuring out the totals earlier, yes, between Lexington and here. So what is next after you leave Harrisburg?
We go home and we plan for weaning week. So we wean all the babies that were born this past foaling season this following week, and start planning our bookings for next year and the next crop, and it's just a big circle of life.
Right, I was going to say, the activity does not stop here, right? No, it never does. But that's okay. You like to keep busy, right?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. So I'll be rooting on Travolta and Messenger. Thank you, Patty.
Thank you.
Dale, now the gross is down from last year, but as we mentioned, I think it was yesterday, that you can't have a record-breaking year every year, not usually anyway, and last year was huge, so it's still okay.
Yes, it's still fine. We made up some ground from yesterday, as far as the being down, but as you say, we can't do that every year, but it's still like the 4th highest grossing. We're still at the top, so to speak. And I take things personally, and I think, and I shouldn't. It's nothing I can do about it. But there were some great horses sold today, great buyers, a lot of hype again, a big crowd, as a matter of fact. So, and I think we'll be okay for tomorrow.
Yeah, I feel like there is some momentum actually, because today there were some horses that were going for $250,000 that I wasn't expecting, and actually several of them, and I love seeing that, of course.
I had a real good feel-good story just a little while ago. A gentleman sold one, and he was hoping it would bring 20 to 25. It brought 180. So that's a feel-good story. And one of Concord's clients said he's never had a sale like he had here. So, it's everybody, it's up and down with everybody. But like you say, I didn't expect to set a record. I really didn't. I'm realistic that way. But I want my consigners to be happy. I want the owners to be happy. And I want the buyers to be happy. And I guess I'm thinking in the back of my mind, if it's record sales, they're happy.
Right. And it doesn't always have to be for them to be happy. And we're moving on to day 3. So a lot to still expect. We got day 3, we got day 4 and 5. Those last 2 days are mixed sales, so there's a lot going on.
Right. There's still a lot of hype on the mix sale, really a lot of hype on the mix sale. And so far, we have outs, but it's still a lot less than years past. Last year was probably one of the best years as far as outs. And tomorrow will be a little shorter day. So I'm thinking tomorrow some of the horses are going to get attention because they're coming to an end.
Yeah, okay. So yes, we have one more day of yearling sale tomorrow, like all yearlings tomorrow.
Yeah, and we have around 30 on Thursday that are in the mix sale, 30 yearlings. But tomorrow's, we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
All right. Thank you, Dale. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining me for another video recap from the Harrisburg Sale. Now, of course, you can go to theblackbook.com for complete sales results and also for the live stream of the sale. And harnessracingupdate.com also has complete details of each session. I'm Heather Vitale for HRU.